Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members. Today I'm presenting House Concurrent Resolution 16, which is a resolution that speaks to one of the greatest crises we face as a society, the collapse of fatherhood in the American home. Over 18 million children nationwide and 2.5 million right here in Texas are growing up without a father in the home. And behind those numbers are heartbreaking stories. Kids who are more likely to drop out of school, fall into addiction, be incarcerated, or struggle with mental illness. This resolution acknowledges that reality and calls on us to act. We affirm that fathers are essential, not optional, in the lives of their children. HCR 16 calls for policies that support fathers who want to return home, reconnect with their children, and take responsibility. It also supports job training for formerly incarcerated men, mentoring programs for fatherless youth, and reforms to custody and child support laws that too often push dads out of the picture. But this isn't just about policy. It's about rebuilding the foundation of our culture. Strong families make strong communities. Strong fathers raise children who know who they are and where they're going. And if we want to reduce crime, poverty, and generational dependence on government, we have to start by restoring the role of fathers in the home. This resolution is a commitment to do just that. I respectfully ask for your support on HCR 16 for the sake of Texas families, for the future of our children, and for the values that make this state strong. And I am happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions of Representative Schatzline? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll begin with the witness testimony now. We'll first call upon Robert Smith. Have you testifying as for yourself? You're an attorney with the Texas Forensic Science Commission. You're registered for the bill. Is Mr. Smith here? All right, we will register him as being in favor of the bill but not testifying. Next, call on Cecilia Wood, testifying for herself. Did I have that correct, Ms. Wood?
Yes, Chairman.
All right, have you registered as for the bill? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. My name is Cecilia Wood. I'm a board-certified family law attorney, and I certainly want to echo everything that's already been said by the representative, but I think that this is kind of a no, almost a dub bill, because this is not a political issue. People from both sides, I was shocked when I was doing some research a while back on an amicus brief that President Obama in 2009 had a fatherhood initiative, and he saw Democrats, Republicans, people from all ethnicities, all religions, all faiths. Obviously, we don't live in a perfect world, but I think that anything we can do to support the family, to keep fathers in a child's life, and just, I mean, I have children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Little girls know that they're valuable when their daddies spend time with them and how they should be treated. And young men learn how to treat women from watching their fathers do a good job with their moms. So I urge you to pass this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Ms. Wood? Thank you, Ms. Wood. We'll next call upon Robert Smith, testifying for himself. Okay. Mr. Smith is registered to speak for the bill, but will not testify. Next, I'll call on Steve Wolford. Mr. Wolford here, thank you. Having testifying for yourself and you're for the bill, is that correct, Mr. Wolford?
That's correct.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, good afternoon, Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Steve Wofford, and I'm here in support of HCR 16. This resolution affirms something I've lived firsthand, that fatherhood matters. It's just not a theory. It's not just economics, but in the hearts, minds, and futures of our children. Right now, Texas is facing a crisis that too few are talking about. Good fathers are being sidelined, not for abuse or neglect, but through a system that often presumes the worst without requiring proof. I've been through this system twice now. The first time I hired an attorney and tried to do everything by the book, but despite being a loving and engaged father, it felt like I had been shoved in the back seat of my children's lives. Second time, I chose to represent myself, and this time it feels like I've been locked in the trunk, stripped of my voice, asked to prove myself again and again despite no findings of abuse, neglect, or danger. That should never have happened to a parent who is willing and able to love and raise their children. And it happens every single day, and the effects are devastating, not just for parents, but for our society. Children raised without fathers are more likely to face poverty, mental health issues, incarceration, and academic struggles. This isn't speculation. It's proven in study after study. Strong families build strong communities, and strong families require strong fathers, even when parents are separated. I have 4 sons. 3 of them are thriving, but only because I fought tooth and nail to stay involved in their lives. It wasn't easy. It wasn't automatic. It was a battle. And now I haven't seen my youngest son in 119 days. Not because I'm dangerous, not because I'm unfit, but because of a legal process that's allowed access to be blocked without cause, without consequences. This just isn't a personal loss, it's a systematic failure. And it's one thing that HCR 16 begins to acknowledge and address. By affirming the importance of fathers, this resolution sends a clear message that Texas sees what's happening, that Texas values fatherhood, and that Texas is willing to lead the charge to restore it. So please vote yes on HCR 16 for our children, our families, and our future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Walford. Don't believe there are any questions. Let me call next on Cody Taylor. Cody Taylor, I have you registered. You're testifying for yourself and you're testifying for the bill. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I do think that this is one of the things that you last session brought up, and I think the biggest thing that surrounded it was that it was made political. It's made political, and it's made to also serve as what will be a basis in family code that will change a ton of things. If you all of a sudden in family code recognize that a father is great beyond measure, then there is no need not to make equal laws for custody in any child support or child custody case. If that's the case, and we're affirming this, which I strongly advocate for, is that a willing, fit, and able parent should never be constituted as somebody who is limited in time, whether it be separated or not. When you go through child custody cases, though, there is a separation of time. But to exclude them and in a non-biased way, we are starting to see the trends change in some counties, but not in all. We're still deeply rooted in the fact that only women, mothers, can raise children appropriately up until the age of 18. I can tell you this, raised by my father for 10 plus years by himself, along with my sister, that I don't know where I would have been without the structure and support of my father in that engagement. So I can't stress it enough. I have been in the system now for 10 years fighting for my daughter. Never an abuse claim, never found of anything more than just the fact that I went against the system, and the system fights back harder when that happens. So I ask and I urge without any fail that this resolution does pass. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Appreciate your testimony very much, Mr. Taylor. Call on George Saldana. Mr. Saldana, I have you testifying for yourself and for the bill. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. My
you.
name is George Saldana. I'm in full support of this. So the cool thing about this is that I testified for this resolution 2 years ago. And just like Cody said, you know, it's political. We have so many joint resolutions in the Senate right now trying to establish parental rights and what parental rights mean. Okay, but it's a no-brainer. Dads need their little boys and girls, and the little boys and girls need their dad. So the state of Texas has already done the research. The state of Texas, the Texas Attorney General used grant funds to do this research. And this research was done at the LBJ Library down here on Red River. And it was done by a Cynthia Osborne. Cynthia Osborne has become the key people whom the state of Texas turns to when it wants rigorous evaluations of its child protection and prevention programs. Now, they handed out a bunch of flyers at their DROs, the Domestic Relations Office, and forgive me, I don't have a copy for you guys, but 39% more likely to earn mostly A's in schools. 45% less likely to repeat a grade. These are statistics that were done with Texas money to tell the judiciary what's good for children. 60% less likely to be suspended or expelled from school, 2 times as likely to go to college. Now, what about this one? 75% less likely to have a teen birth. Dads make a big difference. 80% less likely to spend time in jail. And we have jail overcrowding. 94% of non-custodial parents in the state of Texas are of men. That is from the Texas Attorney General's numbers. So while we legislate everything about parental rights, establishing how well dads are doing, it looks great on paper. It looks good on the resolution. But if the judiciary isn't holding it up, then that's where our problem is. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Saldana, appreciate you coming so much. All right, let me call on Mr. Is that the last one? Okay, is there anyone else that would like to testify on HCR number 16? Seeing no one else, then we will close the testimony. Let me call upon Representative Schatzline to close on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think these dads said it best, but we in Texas should be celebrating the role of a dad in the family, not de-incentivizing it. And so with that, I ask for your favorable consideration, and I close.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Schatzline.